What's up, YouTube? AKA Extended Family. Welcome back to the channel. It's been about a week and a half since my last video upload. I must admit, I fell down on a mission. Life happens. And I said, I missed my Sunday drop because I made a vow to drop a video every Sunday, once a week, for the next 5 years. And I would say I'm about 6 months in, hadn't missed a Sunday, and got back in late one Sunday, and one thing led to another, didn't get it uploaded till Tuesday. And man, fell off the doggone consistency wagon and been fighting to get back here the entire time. But you know what? We back. And tonight we're talking about millionaire habits. Millionaire habits, all right? And again, this channel is dedicated to all things business, money, and investing. And the idea is, if we can take control of our material resources, aka money, and become better stewards of whatever resources we've been fortunate and blessed with the opportunity to obtain, then we can create a better future, a better tomorrow, a better today, not only for ourselves, not only for our families, not only for our friends, but we want to keep getting better in that space so we can ultimately have an even greater impact on our community. So I decided we're going to do this series called Millionaire Habits. And, millionaire has there's something about the term millionaire or $1 million, at least in the American capitalist system, that signifies financial success. And to some extent, I would say that's the case. But I would be remiss if I didn't say during this Biden era, aka Sleepy Joe, he has fallen asleep behind the wheel. And I know it's a continuous evolution of from president to president. Make no mistake about it. That boy D. Trump is the one who ran up the inflation bag and flooded us with all that pandemic money and made it rain. And everybody was like, oh man, Trump's the greatest, Trump's the greatest. Everybody getting a bag with Trump. Foolishness is what that was. And since he did not win a second term, the results of his reckless fiscal behavior during his 4 years simply spilled over and has manifested on Sleepy Joe's watch. And rather than him take responsibility for the complete and utter failure of the way he's handled the economic machine, which is the American capitalistic system, you know what? Take some responsibility. But like I've said before, you should never be concerned about the economy more than you're concerned about your economy. So we're talking about your economy today. And what habits would qualify them to be millionaire habits? And this week, we're going to do two. Number one, you must become insatiably curious. Now, if you don't know what insatiable means, Google it or go old school, flip out a dictionary, pull it up, hit Chat GPT, see what insatiable is. All right. But you have to become insatiably curious. Now, I'm speaking from my own reference point. I could have Googled, or I could have researched and got some. I have several books about, what are millionaire habits. But before I ever read a book about, millionaire habits, I was curious that, okay, I'm not a millionaire as a young adult. I don't have any family members that are millionaires. I don't know any friends that are millionaires. Is this even attainable? And am I capable of becoming a person that can become a millionaire? This journey started 20 some odd years ago with a book entitled The Wealthy Barber. And I would be remiss if I didn't pay homage to my brother from another mother. He goes by the moniker R Jeezy. He knows who he is. Love you, bro. He set me off on this journey. I want to shoot 25 some odd years ago. We both went to an HBCU. Both of our fathers worked in a factory, a local paper factory, and he was a few years ahead of me in school, and we lost track of one another. And I went to a graduation, and he was there to graduation. And come to find out, he just finished law school, and I was finishing up undergrad. And so he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm studying for the bar. And once I pass the bar, man, I'm gonna be a licensed attorney." And I was like, "Oh, that's crazy, man. I didn't I didn't know anybody that was actually a lawyer that I grew up with." And so I was impressed. I showed mad love. And so back to being insatiably curious, I was like, "Dude, so what's next?" Well, at this time, my boy was roughly, I want to say he was about 25, 26. And he was like, "Look, D, I'm trying to become a millionaire by the time I'm 30. Man, I'm broke as a joke, a starving college student, senior about to graduate. And I'm like, what in the world do lawyers make for this brother to tell me he's going to graduate? Not graduate, hold on. Just graduated from law school. And in the next 5, give or take 6 years, his plan is to become a millionaire. So I instantly, back in the day, I went to the library and I was like, man, how much do lawyers make? Now, some super lawyers back during, the early 2000s, they made, two, three, $400,000. And I was like, okay, well, sheesh, being a lawyer must pay good. And I was like, well, damn. I said, well, what's your plan? He said, well, I'm gonna tell you, D. He says, I got some ideas, but it's this book I read. I recommend you read it too. It's called The Wealthy Barber. And I was like, barber like in the Joker that cut hair? He's like, yeah, man. He says, it's a tough book. You wouldn't think you're getting your hair cut and the person that's cutting your hair is actually wealthy. That's the play. Because when we think about wealth or rich or being a millionaire, mainstream media would have you under the impression that it looks a certain way. Okay. The car has to be a luxury car. The house has to be a mansion. You know what I'm saying? The drip, as the young folks say, has to be designer. Gotta be jewelry drip down, the necklaces, the Rolex or the Patek watches. That's what wealth is. Well, let me tell you something. I'm 51 years old and I'm gonna give you this to chew on. The poor people are flashy. Flashy cars, flashy jewelry, flashy clothes, and typically they're broke. Okay? The rich, aka they got a little more than they need to cover the expenses. They got some discretionary cash. Typically some, they're in the middle class, middle income, higher income strata. They're loud. They want you to know that they got the new Lexus. They want you to know that they just got the new Corvette. They want you to see them when they walk in the room and be like, "Oh, I see them with the Rolex." But you know what? I never wanted to be any of that. And if that's what you desire to be, so be it. But just know, in most cases, those individuals are not wealthy. The wealthy are quiet with theirs. You know why the wealthy are quiet about theirs? Is because their wealth began on the inside. They know they got it. And it doesn't matter if anybody else knows. They know internally that they have more than enough to bless not only their family, but friends, their community, and generations to come. That's what real wealth is, having the ability to do greater for more than just you and yours. Nobody cares about your designer drip. Nobody gives a damn about your car after 6 months after you don't bought it. And let's face it, most of the jokers got fancy cars, can't even afford a mortgage. Okay, credit all jacked up, couldn't even go get a mortgage to buy a house. Okay, we're not gonna get into that. But I tell you what, I've been an owner, operator, manager of a rental portfolio. And I love my people, all right? But for the longest time when I was building this multi-million dollar portfolio, is what I'll call it, they've been driving nicer cars than me forever. I go into the house and do routine maintenance checks, just before I update the leases. And they got a TV in every room. They got new furniture in every room. And I'm like, golly, I'm like, man. Until I understood how the game worked, I was like, For a minute, I thought I was doing something wrong. But fast forward 20 some odd years later, and as I look back, I say, the money I didn't spend on the TV in every room, the money I didn't spend getting a new car every 3 to 5 years, the money that I didn't spend on designer drip, the money that I didn't spend on consumer goods, all the extra money that I can muster up, I simply pushed it into income producing assets that over time became greater and greater in their value and in the income that they produced. But I digress. We're talking about insatiable curiosity. Okay. Millionaire habit number one, you must become insatiably curious about your goal of becoming a better version of what you currently are in your financial life. Okay. You have to become curious, like, okay, why am I not what I aspire to be financially? Whether you're 16 or 66, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to help you with that. Become insatiably curious. And becoming a millionaire is not about the how. I'm actually, I'm currently reading this book. Man, I'm about halfway through. I've had it for about a week. The goal is to knock down a minimum of 2 books a month, baby steps, this book a week. And I don't care about the audio books. I don't care about the podcast or the abbreviated Cliff Note versions that they have. I like getting the actual tangible book that I can touch and feel, because part of my curiosity serves as a mental health treat, as an opportunity to be still and be quiet and be reflective. And so I'm reading this book called Who, Not How: The Formula to Achieve Bigger Goals Through Accelerating Teamwork by Dan Sullivan. Who, Not How. I'm going to come back to that book. I'm in the middle of it. But the millionaire habit, insatiably curious, and stop asking how. How do I become a millionaire? How do I become a millionaire? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Okay. How? What are the steps? What are the steps? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You're taking the wrong approach. You're actually already wealthy beyond your imagination. It's just a question of who you currently are, what your current state of mind is, and where you need to go and who you need to become to attract the millionaire status. Okay? Who you have to become, not how or what you need to do. All right? Become insatiably curious about things that you're fascinated about, things that you're interested in, things that just leads you to ponder. Who do I have to become to make this a reality? Who can I get to help me to make this a reality? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm definitely one of the who's. I'm going to give you all the game I have, everything that I've discovered over my past 25 years of investing, getting money right, getting money wrong. But I'm going to tell you what, the money I got wrong is what made me stronger here. The money that I got right, hey, it is a scientific fact that if you do things a certain way as it pertains to money, you're guaranteed to be successful. guarantee it. And let's stop chasing money, okay? You always hear folks talk about, man, I'm chasing a bag. I'm out here trying to get after this money. It's running from your. If you chasing something, it's getting away from you. Like you don't even think about the power of the words you're using. If you're chasing something, that means it's getting away from you. All you got to do is sit still, do the work on who you are, and you'll start to attract everything it is your heart desires. In this particular case, a better, stronger, and more fiscally sound financial reality and an even greater future. Hey, YouTube, welcome back. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Man, I'll be back Sunday. You know what I'm saying? It's Wednesday. I'm probably going to get to a Wednesday, Sunday drop, but I had to get back on here, let y'all know, hey, we still out here. 5 years, it won't stop. I'm going to keep sharing with you life experiences, any new research that I come across. But remember, millionaire habit number one from my reality, not YouTube, not Google, not something I heard. What began this journey for me was simply becoming insatiably curious about who I need to become a multimillionaire. Hey, I'll talk to y'all soon, YouTube. And like I told you, hey, keep working hard on that job, however it is you're currently getting money. But please, I implore you, like my man Jim Rohn said, work harder on yourself, you make a fortune. Peace. Till next week, YouTube. Appreciate y'all.